Hello and good day. You're welcome to another episode under the General Counsel series. My name is Olajumoke Delano. And in this episode today, I'll be talking about how general counsels add value to their businesses. So I would use the phrases general counsel, director legal, head of legal, legal advisor, interchangeably, because these are the people that typically sit at the head of the legal function in any organization. So we're talking about adding value today, and how do we add value to the organizations that we serve? How can we add value? How can your general counsel add value to your organization? In some organizations, they are profit centers and they are cost centers, and I'll just explain. And some departments are classed as categorized as profit centers because they contribute directly to the bottom line of the organization. So maybe sales and marketing, you can see the ways they add value to the bottom line, to the revenue of the organization. So they are called profit centers. Some other departments are called categorized as cost centers, and these are departments that are considered not to add directly to the bottom line, but they actually spend. So the bottom line, instead they generate costs rather than revenue. Now that's an interesting one, because in some organizations, legal services, some people want to categorize legal services that have worked as a cost center, but I've never seen it that way. And I'll give you good reasons why legal services should not be classed as a cost center in any organization. Now, for you to add value to your organization as a legal advisor, you need to understand the business. Understand the business and also structure the legal team, to assist with the attainment of the organization's core objectives. That is the way your legal team should be structured. And I'll give you an example. If you have an organization that has a lot of receivables, and even after the permitted number of days to pay, debtors are not paying, then you need to have a legal team that supports recovery of those debts, outstanding debts, by sending out demand letters, following it up with appointments of maybe debt recovery agents, following up with the appointment of maybe external counsel to pursue the recovery of those debts. Those that can be done in-house, and those that need to be firmed out, can be firmed out. So that is one of the ways you can add value. And any amount that the legal team facilitates, the recovery of, would contribute directly to the bottom line. And the legal services team can claim that out of how much 1, 2, 3 that came into the company during this period, this percentage of it was contributed by the legal team. And you must own those numbers. Add, those numbers up, keep track of them, so that you can show how you are adding value, to the organization. So that's one. Number 2, you must understand the laws that impact on the organization. You must understand the laws. Now, how do I mean understanding the laws? Okay, because that helps you to add value. And let me give you an example. Taxes are paid by every organization. Organizations pay taxes and levies, that are imposed upon the organization. But not all these taxes are legitimate. So if you're familiar with the organization, one, you are familiar with the laws that impact upon the organization, then you'd be able to identify when a tax is imposed on your organization that you are not supposed to pay. Now, if you are able to help your company successfully resist the payment of these unlawful taxes and levies, then the amount that you saved your company directly contributes to what the legal team has added to the business, because the company would have had to pay those taxes were it not for the legal team that stepped in to say that these taxes are not lawful and so we're not supposed to pay. So we've talked about value. We've talked about even how do you ensure that you save your company money. You know your business. You know the laws that affect your business. Then cost savings. The tax example is also another good example of how you can save your company money. If your company was to have paid taxes, but because of your intervention, the company did not need to pay those taxes, then you've saved your company some very, very good money. And you need to keep track of those numbers so that at the end of the year, you can say, yes, this is the way I have added value to my organization during this 3-month period, during the 6-month period, during 9 months, and during 1 year. Now, what about compliance? Your company is expected to comply. Every company is expected to comply with some laws, some rules, some regulations. And if you don't comply with them, it may result in a breach for which the company has to pay a fine. By ensuring that your company complies in good time, then you save your company needless reputational damage. You save your company needless tax penalties and fines, that have to be paid. Now, all these savings that you are bringing, you are helping the company, not to pay, are different ways in which you contribute to your company's bottom line through prevention of the payment of unlawful taxes and levies. What about litigation? The head of legal usually sits, on top of the litigation portfolio, or arbitration, or mediation. So whatever dispute resolution mechanisms that your company utilizes, for one, you would recommend, you will be instrumental to recommending what is the most optimal or the most beneficial dispute resolution mechanism, to use. And then, as you deploy the appropriate dispute resolution mechanisms, you should also save your money, save your company money. How do you save your company money? For example, if you receive your court processes and you have to defend your company, ensuring that your company is appropriately represented in defending that lawsuit, and ensuring that you do your utmost best to present the company's position in the best light through giving the external counsel that is representing your company appropriate documentation, through selecting the appropriate external counsel, you can save your company a lot of adverse judgments. You can save your company from adverse judgments. And when you save your company from adverse judgments, that means that whatever was claimed against your company, you don't need to pay. Those amounts that you have saved your company, which may have crystallized if those litigation or those disputes were not handled properly, you can add it, to the ways in which you've added value to your company. What are contracts that you prepare that help the company to generate, additional business? When these contracts are well prepared, then it's easy for both parties to be able to play their roles. And if there's a dispute, it would also facilitate, the prompt resolution of those disputes, because you've maybe put appropriate dispute resolution clauses that allow the disputes to be resolved, in a good and a timely way. Have I convinced you? I hope so. So these are just a few, obviously non-exhaustive ways in which a legal team, the general counsel, can add value. So I still maintain my stand that the general counsel, the legal team, is not a cost center. In fact, we are profit centers because we add value to the bottom line of the organization. Let me know your thoughts until I come your way again with another episode. This is Olajumoke Delano. If there are topics you'd like me to share about and discuss, let me know in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.